it's hard for me to wrap my head around all the hate, all the suppression, all the discrimination, all the othering. We don't like them, we destroy them. We don't like them, we destroy them. They don't like us, we destroy them. Destroy, destroy, destroy. Conquer, conquer, conquer. Okay, that worked for a while. We can see very clearly it doesn't work anymore. There is no need to get more territory, to make more billions, and to have more and more and more, unless it's more love. I believe that these videos are about exploring the core of ourselves, finding our light, letting it shine, welcoming the lights of others, and sharing love. That's what this is really all about. Self-awareness is self-love, and self-love is love of others. I have to say, though, as I was designing this season, I began to doubt a little bit. Doubt's not the right word. I was just considering, is self-doubt the right direction for my first season? It has forced me to discover my own issues with self-doubt, which thankfully I can say I have managed them to the degree that they don't stop me and they're not very loud anymore. So if nothing else for me personally, this season, these posts are an example of what can happen if you step forward despite any bit of doubt in your mind. It can be there, but stepping forward anyway is walking with it. And that's the point. You have to step forward despite any doubt you may have. And I did have a little bit, I wasn't really sure, but here we are. And that's what I'm doing right before your very eyes. I call them lions. Life challenges, unchanging circumstances. It's more than a metaphor, it's a way of life. Over the past 10 episodes of Season 1 of Roar, we've explored how to walk with life challenges and move beyond self-doubt. Let's take a look at our previous discussions and explore how all 10 episodes fit together. The first step in removing self-doubt is understanding it is a human condition that everyone must experience. Challenges are a universal condition that serve as a rite of passage for those brave enough to confront their fears and commit to the work that helps them evolve. It's important to consider we're not alone and the struggle is real for all of us. That was episode 1. More importantly is how we frame these challenges that helps us walk with these lions. Walking with our life challenges requires us to shift our perspective and look at life through a different lens. If we constantly view life from the perspective of fear, without embracing the opportunity to act on courage, we succumb to the self-doubt for the rest of our lives. It is the very core of walking with lions, reframing the perspective of your challenges. Perspective shifting or cognitive reframing is a way of looking at situations with a different mindset and applying a different philosophy. Doing so opens up a whole new world of possibilities, a world where we can learn from challenges as opportunities. That's episode 2. With a new mindset and different perspective, we can face our fears with grace and optimism. It's important to remember there is no such thing as bravery without needing to be brave. Facing our fears is possible with a few steps. Identify your why. Our why moves us forward. It's our purpose, our passion. It's what keeps us on track and fuels us. Emotional regulation. Emotional regulation is key to calming ourselves and bringing our body and mind back into balance. If not, our mind will be hijacked by fear, and we cannot stop the negative thoughts from flooding our mind and into our bodies. When we are able to emotionally regulate, we can see clearer skies and navigate our way more peacefully. Know your worth. Sometimes we forget how intelligent, strong, powerful, and resourceful we are. We must be careful not to turn a hill into a mountain. There are challenges, and there are challenges. Make sure you know which one you're dealing with. Leverage your resources. It's easy to underestimate ourselves. Many of us have a lot of internal and external resources to turn to in our time of need. Face your fears in episode 3. When we face our fear and overcome challenges, we build resiliency. Episode 4. Resiliency is a currency of immense value. It validates and empowers us with confidence and hope for a better future. Owning the ability to survive and thrive generates tangible evidence that we can remove self-doubt. Evidence! Resiliency is evidence that you can do it. Let me tell you something. This content creation, these 10 episodes, this season, is resiliency. It is resiliency upon resiliency. It is so grueling to post once a week. I do film a couple at a time. I try to anyway. But getting them posted every week Remember, I am writing them, I am filming them, I am editing them, I am lighting them, I am putting the sound together, I'm doing the special effects. I've posted 64 videos so far. It is a self-produced labor of love, and it takes resilience, evidence. And that's what resilience, rising and falling over and over again, can do for you. Please like, subscribe, help the channel, and hit that notification bell so we can get on with season 2. Thank you. With resilience, now you're cooking. Sometimes we don't realize that the things we hold on to keep self-doubt lingering about. Learning to let go helps us remove toxic wastelands in our lives. This is when I have a challenge with. Letting go of things, letting it go. They linger and they ruminate and they can really drag me down. I am learning to let go. Sometimes we can't change our landscape because of what we're holding on to. Letting go removes negative thoughts, feelings, behavior, and people from our lives. And some of them need to go. It's not easy, but we must remember a few things. Identify your values. Remembering what is important to us can help us identify barriers to our happiness, solitude, and peace. Visualize what life would be like if we could remove these barriers. Take time to consider how different life would be if we let go of situations, habits, and people that block our blessings. You know what I'm talking about. Let them go. Develop a plan to provide yourself with the security and comfort you need. Letting go can create some hardships and shed some skin. Still, we must ask ourselves, how do I want to live? Develop a plan to move beyond the barriers and adapt to a life without toxic people in it. Episode 5 explores how to let go. To let go, we must be willing to be vulnerable. Episode 6. Now, vulnerability is a tool we can leverage when we need to see things clearly. Having the courage to face our fears and stand in spaces of discomfort allows us to access greater clarity. I believe that I have a lot of access to my vulnerability, and yes, I have stood in environments where I felt very uncomfortable, but there is power in showing how you really feel about a situation, especially if you're emotionally regulating while doing it. We don't know how strong we are until we have to be strong in those spaces. Walking in vulnerability helps us to go the distance and explore deeper truths. As I shared in a previous video, my mother passed away about a month ago, and it has been intense for our entire family. I love you, Mom. I miss you, Mom. But let me tell you something. Sharing that vulnerability and giving myself grace. I am not going to pretend I'm okay. I'm not going to pretend this is going to be all right. Yes, I know intellectually things will be all right, but I have been very vulnerable with my friends and family and giving myself grace. I'm going to feel what I feel, behave how I behave, say what I want to say. I'll be respectful and I will emotionally regulate. I will be okay one day, sometime in the future, but not now. And being vulnerable in that space has actually helped heal me and helped me deal with her passing. And I know she is with me right now, embracing me as I film this very moment. And this strength and vulnerability is in you too. Embrace it, share it, be it, live it, embody it. There's power in it. Vulnerability. Vulnerability helps us experience who we truly are. And this is the gateway to authenticity. Episode 7. Authenticity is being true to ourselves according to our values and beliefs. There are few things more vulnerable than being authentic in a world that constantly seeks to define and categorize us. Right now, the world is hungry for authenticity. There are so many lies, so many twisted facts and misinformation and things being used against us in ways that are like weapons of horror, weapons of mass personal and emotional destruction. Authenticity is a way to repel that energy and to stand in your light and in your greatness. And you have to do that in whatever way that makes sense for you in your life while remaining safe and protecting yourself. It can be challenging to be your authentic self when the world is literally trying to round you up, deport you, suppress you, berate you, demean you, make you feel inferior, try to prove that you are inferior. Yeah, but guess what? Authenticity and truth will douse those flames and they will evaporate in your light if you can find the courage to be who you truly are. Then you find yourself leading the way for others who will in turn find their strength and turn on their light, and the world becomes brighter and brighter, and that evil goes back into the corners and cracks and crevices where it belongs. Sometimes life circumstances require us to get along, to move along, and that's understandable. Still, we must remember that we are important too. You are important. Whoever you are, however you identify yourself, showing up as you really are, as value that only you can bring to the world. So it's important that you let your light shine and dare others to try to dim it. There is only one you. That's the definition of special. You. Being authentic when walking with life's challenges shows the true measure of inner strength and resilience. Episode 7 explores living honestly and embracing authenticity. It's no secret that nature is the source of all human existence and retains essential healing properties for emotional, mental, and physical well-being. Leaning on our natural environment can offer several benefits for navigating feelings of self-doubt. Nature restores our cognitive equilibrium, emotional resources, physical vitality, and supreme being. Remember to try a few of these approaches to silencing the mind chatter and boost your holistic wellness. Take a natural shower by walking in the rain. Go for a stroll without shoes in the grass along the beach or in the forest. Vibe out in high spaces on rooftops under the stars. Listen to the sounds of nature speaking to your soul. No matter how you want to do it, spend an extra 20 minutes outside, preferably in the sunlight, to recharge your neurochemicals and hormones. I will never forget my time in South Africa on safari at the Mansouri Lodge. There was something about seeing lions and elephants and zebra and gazelle and water buffalo literally feet away from me in the incredible savanna of the South African Lodge. It reminded me of the simplicity of life. All these animals do is they wake up, they eat, they reproduce, they sleep, repeat. That's all they do. And I kept thinking, that's ultimately all we're doing. We add all this stuff like AI and fashion and music and power and politics and money, but ultimately we wake up, we eat, we reproduce, and we sleep. On one of the outings, we came across this pride of lions sleeping, and they were waking up. I'm sure the Jeep planned this, but the lions were waking up. And you could see they heard something, and they started trotting along, and they walked down this path, and we followed them, and they found this water buffalo, dragged it under this bush, and they were chomping away at this thing. These were younger lions that hadn't learned how to really hunt yet, and they had not killed it, and they were eating this poor thing alive. Sitting there watching these lions devour this baby water buffalo was a profound reminder that life is precious and that it's a cycle. It was very, very intense. That water buffalo was dying so those lions could live, and at some point those lions would die. And it was this cycle, this natural cycle of living, breathing, eating, reproducing, and dying that we do, whether you're a dolphin or a lion or a human. Something about that really struck me. It was a life-changing moment that I had not expected, and has helped me come back to New York City and keep my life in perspective. That's being out of nature. Remember when I said you're not alone? It's true. People exist as part of a whole community. We forget that sometimes, but we are. One tribe, one planet, one world, one love, one community. We don't like to admit that sometimes, but we are. And in that sense, you are not alone. Community is essential for walking with life's challenges because it provides a sense of hope, refuge, motivation, and support. Our community is there when we need someone to lean on, which is something we all must do from time to time. The word Ubuntu is Zulu and Xhosa, humanity to others, or I am because we are. This philosophy of humanity reminds us that we are stronger together. It's the only way we survive. Together is how we have always survived. Understanding that we are united under the banner of survival, hope, and joy is central to understanding what it means to be human. Community provides a strong sense of assurance that can remove layers of self-doubt when we embrace the culture of humanity and community. Watch episode 9 for more on the power of community. When we add all of these life lessons and tools together, we harness the power to move beyond self-doubt and embrace a world of endless possibilities. Overcoming self-doubt is a process that takes time, self-awareness, and intentional effort. Here are a few strategies we discussed to move beyond self-doubt. Push back on negativity. Don't just let life happen, make it happen. Crawl before you walk. Life is a process, and every experience in that process is valuable, even the small, tiny steps. Learn to see failure as growth. We shape our perception of life with our thoughts. A changed perspective is a changed life. Create a healthy and positive environment. Community is essential. We can't do it alone, and we were not designed to. We were designed to be together, to rise and fall together as one. It's time for that paradigm shift, to take down the borders of hate, judgment, suppression, oppression, discrimination, and the horrible things happening in our world today. And open your hearts, open your minds, open your arms, and love on each other. We are all essentially the same on the inside. Despite our uniqueness, our core is love. Check out all of those episodes for a more fulfilling life and a way to walk with self-doubt. Ubuntu. I am because we are, and because we are, I am. And I want to believe we can live like that in this world. It might not happen in my lifetime, but I hope these videos and this philosophy last forever, because at one point, we'll get it. It may take a long time, but it's the only way forward. If you keep doing what you always did, you're going to keep getting what you always got. Right now, what we have is really not the answer. It's not. We all know this. Even those that are kind of pushing the negativity and the discrimination and the hate. Deep down inside, they know it isn't right. It's not right. So, it's going to take a lot of love and a lot of light, a lot of care, a lot of vulnerability, a lot of authenticity, a lot of resilience, and a lot of community. Let's build an army of love and light and rise above the hate and the discrimination and the pain and sorrow of our world and inspire one love, our love. I am because we are, and because we are, I am. Thank you for watching this season of Roar, where we explore walking with our lions with reflection, optimism, authenticity, and resilience. One planet, one tribe, one world, one love. Find the whole playlist here, and the next video that's right for you should be right about there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you there.